Last week, President Trump signed an executive order that allowed crypto to be put in your 401ks. Whether you're excited, skeptical, or just trying to wrap your minds around crypto, I want you to lean in because what's happening is bigger than politics. It's about the future of money and your ability to take control. Now, that's really what excites me. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing in the first place, because I want to teach people to take control of their financial life, right? Because it affects everything. So let me make this plain for you. For over a century, we've been living under centralized banking system that control how money moves, who gets access, who gets shut out. Now with this executive order, the doors are open to a brand new financial system, one that is decentralized, digital, and connected. All right, think about it. Very institutions, the banks that once told you that crypto is a scam, and now preparing to put it inside your retirement accounts. All right, traditional finance, or what they call a tri-fi, is colliding with decentralized finance, DeFi. Learn these terms because it's very important. Right, it's very important now. Uh, Banks will look more like crypto exchanges, and crypto exchanges will start to function like banks. Right, you'll be able to sell, borrow from your own self. Right, that sounds familiar. Right, sounds like life insurance. You thought you were if you thought you were escaping the system, but now the system is coming to you. Here's the truth. 95% of the population, most people still don't realize the real exposure to crypto. They don't realize the importance, and they're not exposed to what's going on. That means two things. First, the early adopters are way ahead. I consider myself an early adopter. Second, there's massive opportunity for everyone in the United States who want to be on the ground floor of of this transition, right? You have to be prepared. So let's be real. Most people won't take advantage of it, but I'm here to be the town crier. Let's take advantage of it, right? Don't sit on the sidelines watching someone else, and give them permission. And when they finally jump in, when you finally, it'll be too late, right? Don't miss out, right? Start your strategy now. That's how wealth gets recycled back into the hands of the top 1%, right? So now let's zoom in on the Trump family. Now, whether you support him or not, here's the facts. They got debanked, and a whole lot of other people got debanked. Now imagine waking up and finding out that Capital One, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America shut down your accounts. Hundreds of them overnight without warning. That's not politics. That's power in somebody's. No matter how much money you have, they can just shut you down. And when that happens, the Trump family pivoted. They created their own DeFi platform. That's what people do. Hey, you cannot sit still and have people do things to you and not pivot, right? God gave us a brain. We gotta be able to pivot. We gotta see the whole playing field, right? And only when you see the whole playing field can you make a move, right? Without emotions. So the Trump family created World Liberty Financial with their own stable form, USD1. It's the fastest growing stablecoin on the planet right now. And that's not by accident. That strategy. When the banks locked them out, they became their own bank. And here's the key. You and I can also participate in that system. The new Treasury Secretary even confirmed that America is building a Bitcoin reserve. not by buying it, but by holding confiscated assets and refusing to sell it. Oh man, that is your signal. Just like gold once the backbone of our financial system, Bitcoin and other digital assets are positioning themselves as a reserve asset in the 21st century. This is remodeling the global financial house, not just the American financial house. This is reshaping how the world will work. And while some people are worried about short-term prices, the real players are focused on foundation being built underneath it all. Now, let's bring this home. Don't build generational wealth by chasing hype. You build it through discipline, consistency, and having a plan. For me and my clients, that means using tools like Index Universal Life Insurance, IULs, to create a safe foundation. Why? Because while crypto is high risk, high reward, IULs give you protection, liquidity, and tax-free coverage. All right, so here's the formula that I teach, right? You create cash flow. Money sitting in the bank does not flow. It doesn't flow for you, right? It just sits still, right? It's still for you, but not to the banks, because they use your money to charge other folks interest that you're not getting and only give you 0.03%, right? A penny per $1,000, right? All right. Now you move profits into deflationary assets like a Bitcoin, XRP, whatever. All right. I'm not telling you, I'm giving you information. I'm just telling you what I do. You don't have to do it. Protect that wealth in the insurance strategy like cash value. I prefer Index Universal Life. Use leverage, borrow against your own assets instead of relying on banks. Because if you rely on banks, even if you have money sitting in the bank, if you're going to buy an asset with your bank account, well, as soon as you pull that money out, it stops working for you. It stops working, right? So if you could borrow from from uh, from the liquidity of your cash value in your life insurance policy, right? You borrow from it, that money still is working for you. Getting, you might borrow from yourself at 5%, but your money is still in your life insurance policy, getting 9%, 7 to 9%. Oh, and by the way, you just bought another asset that can earn you some more money, some more yield, right? So that's how to stop playing checkers with your money and start playing chess. That's how you move from hoping to retire to building a legacy that lasts, right? This executive order is proof that the old system is crumbling and the new one is rising. The question is, will you prepare or will you react? Will you sit on the sidelines, or will you learn how to take sovereignty over your wealth? This week I challenge you, study what's happening. Don't just read the headlines, because most of the time the real story is buried. Understand the patterns.